everybody, my name is Ryan, and personally speaking, this was my favorite E3 conference this year, and I have reason for it, because holy shit did we see a whole lot of games. Kojima was there, Crash was there, we finally got a Last Guardian's release date, and a new God of War game for PlayStation 4, a new Marvel game got announced, and there was some very, very, very hype-worthy VR demos. Let's begin. This is Nerd. To start off the conference, Sony had a live musical act going leading into the reveal of a new God of War game and a demo where we see how it plays a little bit more like a third-person action game, you know, kind of different than the other ones, and it looks incredible. Like, fantastic. Kratos has a beard now. He somehow looks more manlier. We get to see Kratos with a beard hunting with his son, and it all looks incredible. Like I said, like the graphics look fantastic. It looks beautiful in both graphics and the story and kind of elements that they had there. At this point, it's only titled God of War. I'm doubting they'll get the God of War 4 title because this does seem to kind of be a jump-in point for the series. Maybe they just want to call it God of War so that they don't have to worry about maybe you didn't play the other games and it's intimidating to get into a game with the title 4 in it. So maybe they're just saying God of War, and that's where we're ending it at that. Then they showed a trailer for a post-apocalyptic looking game called Days Gone. It looks cool, but there wasn't any real news. Links to this are in the description down below if you want to go check out the trailer. And then later in the show, they ended up showing a lot of straight gameplay, just showing you how you fight the undead, like, because it's kind of zombies. You're on motorcycles and everything. You look awesome doing it. You're mowing down hordes of them. You're moving around a lot of different environments. And I think that it will be very fun. It's one of those that I'm looking to see more of, but they didn't really talk about it that much or announce a release date, so I'm curious to see what comes up from this in the leading years. Sony moved on to The Last Guardian, which they showed off a new gameplay trailer for, which also looked amazing, and they announced finally a release date of October 25th, 2016. And yes, all these years later, and it still looks beautiful. Horizon Zero Dawn then got an 8-minute demo in which we got to see a lot of cool things like conversation, weapon wheels, riding, fighting enemies, and a whole lot of other cool stuff that makes me want this game a whole lot more. However, at this point they're only 30 minutes in, and later in the show, there's so many things more I want. Like, I want more than Horizon, and I just looked at Horizon last year like, yeah, this is going to be awesome. Now this is probably one of the least hype-worthy games on this list, and it's still great, I will say that. Then we see a game that looks like it's a Telltale game with AAA level graphics where you play as an android named Connor who has to make story decisions, you know, like talking a guy off a ledge so he doesn't kill himself. You have to collect evidence, and also you have to fight people because it's a video game and you're a cop, kind of. We didn't get to see a whole lot of it. It's called Detroit Become Human. We saw it at Gamescom, I believe, last year. It was just a teaser trailer, but this is the first kind of gameplay thing we saw from it, and it looks awesome. I did really enjoy it. It's not the first time we've seen it, like I said, but it's the first time we've seen anything real from it, and I'm interested to see more, because they didn't really say a release date, and it probably won't be this year, if I had to guess. Sony then took the stage to just show off a completely VR experience in the most intense way by showing straight first-person gameplay. This is probably the best way that VR has been demoed so far. Just straight gameplay on a big screen. Not saying like, here it is, here's 5 guys playing as a bunch of eagles on stage, or not like how they did at Gamescom where it's like 2 guys playing tennis and it didn't really work good. No, pre-recorded footage, and it looks fantastic. Before revealing exactly what it was, they showed it to be a very spooky horror game, and then boom! It's Resident Evil 7, coming on January 24th, 2017, and apparently it will be playable 100% of story mode in VR, which is awesome. They then said that PlayStation VR will launch for $399 US and will launch October 13th and have over 50 games by the end of this year. They then showed off some of those exclusive titles, such as Farpoint, which looks pretty cool. It's space and stuff. It was nothing too exciting, like I said, just because there's a lot of other stuff. Then, in something that almost made me cry, Star Wars Battlefront will have a VR X-Wing mission, and I want it so goddamn bad. I already have Star Wars Battlefront, so hopefully it's just part of it for free, because I have it on PlayStation 4. I'm so glad I got that on PlayStation 4. And then they announced Batman Arkham VR. They had Mark Hamill's voice as Joker going over it. It's coming this October, likely going to be a launch title, and it looks so beautiful, and was the first thing this year to make me scream. Then, the first thing this year to make me cry, because after you just kept piling on the VR stuff we're going to get. Final Fantasy 15 VR and it looks so fucking cool. You get a big old sword from Final Fantasy VII. I cannot wait for this. The next VR game included outer space combat in and out of outer space ships, which look cool. And I can't believe this is VR. Or maybe it's not VR because they didn't really say that it was VR, but that they just showed a bunch of VR games, so I was kind of assuming. The space mech FPS is called, wait for it, big bait and switch to everyone, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. It looked fun. I guess this will be the VR, I guess this will be VR, or maybe it will be VR. Either way, it looked pretty cool. Not amazing, but pretty fun. Reconsidering buying a little bit, still probably won't. They then went above and beyond announcing Crash Bandicoot and that it will be getting 3 games rolled into one remastered. Crash 1, Crash 2, Crash Warp. That sounds just amazing. Can't wait for that. And Crash Bandicoot will be coming into the new Skylanders game, which is kind of crazy, kind of weird. Wondering how that's going to play out, but definitely not getting back into Skylanders, as that was a dark hole I went down. But Lego Dimensions does look interesting. Hideo Kojima then came on stage and everyone lost their goddamn minds as he debuted a new trailer for his first Kojima Productions game, where he is once again, yes, working with Norman Reedus. It looked weird, it looked trippy, we know nothing about it really. It's called Death Stranding. Sony then revealed one of my favorite things, another thing made me scream, a new Spider-Man game where they didn't really show an official title, but gave the hashtag Spider-Man PS4. It's being developed by Insomniac Games. It looks very cool. They showed off gameplay and minor details in the trailer, but it looks fantastic. Link also down below, like the trailers for all of this. This conference was amazing and hands down my favorite of this year, unless Nintendo comes in and blows us away with the NX or something. But what did you think? You can comment all your thoughts down below, give this video a like if you enjoyed, and keep it locked here for more E3 details. I know there's only the Nintendo Direct tomorrow, but we will also be covering that, so subscribe for that, and I'll see you all next time.